Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cheese, a photography podcast. I'm your host, Jose Betancourt. I want to talk about Snapwire.com, or I don't even think it is Snapwire.com. There's an application for it, and there is a website for Snapwire. Now, Snapwire is an interesting website because it allows you to look at job listings and pick if you want to work at this specific job, and you would actually get paid to do food photography. Now, Snapwire is in cahoots with DoorDash. So DoorDash is basically paying me to do food photography in various restaurants. It's about an hour's worth of work, maybe less, and they require a few photos that are fully edited and look within a certain format that Snapwire actually gives you before you even apply to this position. Now, I applied and they got back to me. They told me I can cover New York City. Of course, I'm not the only photographer in New York City doing Snapwire, but I am given a little hub that shows me a map of the United States and Canada, and it will actually show where there are job listings for food photography. And as I stated, it is 5, maybe 10 photos that are fully edited. They're not looking for you to do anything super creative with it. All they want is the proper white balance, good contrast, nice poppy colors, and they want the exposure to be correct. Now, these photos are going into DoorDash. So it's going into an application, so they have to be under 1 megabyte in size, these files. So I can't even use my GFX 50R. I have to use maybe my X Pro 1, my Fuji X Pro 1. I'm probably going to use my Fuji X-H1 and use an adapted lens of 105 to f2.5 so that I get some kind of compression in case there's anything else with the dish in the background, so it can look a little closer and give it a nice classic look. But once again, it's going in an application, so it's not like these photos are going to even be seen in full screen resolution. So in that case, I need to figure out how I'm going to do that, because even with the Fuji X-H1, JPEGs are about 25 megabytes. So I have no idea how I'm going to get a 25 megabyte file and compress it into 1 megabyte. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. But it's going to be some, what they call disposable income, or a little side gig that I can do in the meantime just to get some experience, build a portfolio with my food photography, and then hopefully I can make a career or make more money doing bigger jobs with food photography. Believe it or not, there is an interest in photographers who specialize in food photography. So if that's something you've always wanted to do, you are curious about food photography, you can do it at home. You could practice at home. You can buy little crops. You could buy little props and just be creative and practice with the lenses you have. I have a Fuji GFX 50R. I have the 100 to 200 millimeter f5.6. I have the 45 millimeter and the 50 millimeter. And then, of course, I can adapt a Nikon 105 f2.5. So I have the luxury of having really, really superb lenses with my GFX 50R and a 51 megapixel sensor that allows me to crop into these, food photos and kind of cheat, not really have macro, but zoom in enough and still maintain high quality detail. So I'm looking forward to this. Of course, I'm going to practice on my own. I'm going to try to be creative with lighting. I'm going to try to be creative with design. There's a lot that you would have to learn about food photography that is just more than taking a photo of food on a plate. So you can either specialize in designing food photography, or maybe maintaining a certain look, making the hamburgers look really juicy, the fries look really crispy. or better yet, keep the ice cream from melting under extreme light, constant LED lights. So there's a lot of technique in food photography. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, keeping the sodas from looking flat. So there's more to just taking a photo of a plate of food. And that leads into product photography, which I like to do as well. I'll take some of my watches and just mess around, or books, try to mess with lighting, angles, and just basically practice. It doesn't hurt. We have a camera. We have the capability of doing all these creative things with our photography gear. So why not try it? Why not try food photography, product photography, landscapes, portraits, whatever isn't in your comfort zone? Give it a shot. You might like it, or you might not specifically like it as much as what you specialize in, but maybe it gives you the ability to make a little bit of extra income so that you can work on other things and finance some lenses, or maybe finance another camera. So there's ways to make some money in photography and use that money wisely, and take that opportunity in whatever you're making money with to practice for what you truly love to do. So that's just a little update of what I'm doing. I'm trying to, as I stated, build a business, hone my skills, try not to waste time sitting around watching videos of other people taking photos on YouTube. I'm trying to read more about photography. I'm trying to be inspired by looking at photos of not just legends of days of old, and I'm talking about in the photography realm. I'm talking about Facebook pages from people who I've just met on Facebook, people who are similar to me, who love photography, who are getting into it. Those are the people that inspire me, because you see the early development, and you see them progress, and you look at someone taking photos, you see how good they become, and you're like, I gotta maintain that type of intensity. I have to become just as good as that person, and I take it as a competition. I don't want someone who I consider my equal to become better than me. That's just how I maintain some type of motivation. Everybody handles that different, so that's how I become inspired. So my first appointment actually is next week, so I will let you guys know how that goes and if the experience is worth trying. That's my thing. I like to try things out. This way I never look back and say, what if I tried it? So if I don't like it, I can easily leave. There's no commitment. And of course, I have my regular 9-to-5 job. As you know, I'm an elevator technician. So this is just another way for me to practice. Another way for me to get my foot into a door that maybe opens up for me. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But I'll keep you guys updated. So anyway, I am Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for listening to my podcast. I will talk to you next week.